Hello, welcome to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. This is the new streamingnetwork.com, home of Going Bold Media, and we are on the Link to Expert Goodreads Authors Corner. I am one of your hosts, Cece Schatz. I'm the doyenne of relationship building, and I have my friend, my very good friend here, Joanne Weiland. Joanne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Joanne Weiland, Weiland When You Can Fly. I'm the founder of Link to Expert, and I am so thrilled to come here with Cece every week to give you all these different experts, these different authors that create these incredible products and books and services so that we can all make our life easier because they spend months, sometimes years, sometimes decades learning all these things, and they share them with us. And not only just all the time they spend, but they also often have to spend a lot of their money too, to be able to learn these things. So we are just thrilled that they're willing to take 40 minutes to teach us so many of their insights. Thank you.
Well, I am excited because today we have another one of our favorite people that are going to be on Link to Expert. And we're going to be talking about something very different. She's an author in her own right, a wonderful individual who shares constantly with others, helping them. But she's going to help us today. And we're going to talk about a vision board in 2024. So let's bring her up. Joanne, you want to introduce her?
Hi, Maria. It's Marie Flurnoy, and sometimes I pronounce it wrong. So thank you,
I wanted
Maria.
to correct you again. Yes. Sorry.
Just like everybody calls me Weiland, but it's really Weiland.
Yes.
So but we're so grateful. She's one of our elites that's been on our show before. But today we wanted to kick off January with the vision board. And I was recently at one of her workshops, and I created my own vision board at the workshop. So we just wanted to share Maria's insights about vision boards. So welcome, Maria.
Thank you. I just adore the two of you and love being on your show. I've been watching your recordings and all the authors and wonderful people that you've shared. And boy, you've got just a wealth of awesome stuff going on. So thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Well, I am so excited about this vision board because I tell you what, before we started the show, I was sharing with you guys that I did a vision board way back when with a good friend of mine, Janet Reynolds, who I love and adore. And everything on the vision board came true, right? But I don't really know. I don't remember the steps that we did in order to make one. So I've been wanting to make another vision board because I got a lot of things that I want to happen in my life, right? And so I want to manifest those. So tell us a little bit about Maria, why, a little bit about yourself, why you decided to do the vision board, help others making vision boards, and really what you do, along your line of work also.
Okay, sure. I'd love to. Well, I'd like to, first of all, the product or book that I put together is a workbook and a vision board book, just to show you that has all these wonderful charts to work through, in deciding what exactly it is, what is your desire. That's the first thing I wanted to tell you, but I also have recordings that go with it. So that's the beautiful package with it. When I've been teaching vision board parties and classes for the past, I think, 30 years. And in my business, we have an interior design firm. I always had all of my designers not only do an individual one, but do one for the whole team, which worked beautifully because it just worked beautifully. I don't know how to explain it, the group visioning, but it worked. We all wanted the same thing. I Well, I just told you I am an interior designer profession. I won't tell you how many years because that's just like way too much information for today. But over the years, I have studied metaphysics and spirituality and have taught classes. I do want to share that I am a Science of Mind minister, and I just absolutely love to be in the space where people are hungry and seeking to find that inner connection. Okay. It's all about that inner connection. So the reason why this vision board, Be Your More in 2024, I'll tell you the reason why that came about, Cece. Last year, I went to I was asked to speak at a couple of high schools, local high schools, and one particular one asked me to speak, and their eyes were glued on me. These were young ladies who their eyes were glued on me, and I was surprised at first, like, wow, do I look so old? Because I could be their great grandmother, I'm sure. Who knows? But after the session that I spoke, I realized, or I spoke with the teacher, and I realized that the reason why they were staring at me and glued to me was they never heard being affirmative, speaking affirmatively to yourself. And the teacher explained to me that the new thing that high school students do is negative affirming. Like they kind of coach each other on to speak negatively to themselves and to each other. It's kind of their thing. It's with the girls and the boys. So that when I heard that, it bothered me. I can't even tell you, because we as adults, many of us have worked our whole lives in learning how to affirm ourselves positively, so we can come from that inner space of self-love and being genuine to ourselves, authentic in what we do. So here are the high school students that are, like I said, doing this thing. That's their thing. And we all know that high school, there's always a thing that students do. So I took the old book and redesigned it with a lot of bright colors. I sent you a copy of it, and different graphics to actually be to have high school students attracted to it. Like I did it for that, but I also put it together for other coaches and teachers. So in the book, it actually explains to a coach or a teacher how to set up this vision board party, how to make it fun, and step by step of how to be there for the students or the clients. So it's more of a book for coaches. And it's so funny whenever I probably am invited to do a vision board probably at least 9 times a year. Different business organizations or churches will call me in, and I get paid for it. I usually lead everyone into this beautiful visioning meditation. And but what's funny is every single time I do this, Cece, there's coaches. There's coaches there taking my course because they've heard or they've done it before and they know it works. So I'm just hoping that we can all together collectively support each other in their vision and allow for that to happen.
Oh, I agree, because that's what this is all about. I mean, in my opinion, whatever we know, when we share with others and they share with others, it's just amazing how before you know it, tons of people are aware of what you're talking about, because we cannot do it on our own. And that's why, like, Cece and I are on 59 different networks with this show, because we know not everybody's going to go to YouTube, or not everybody's going to go to Facebook. There's 57 others that we're on, because of the fact that some people are just stuck on Roku or whatever it is. And so that is so important what you're doing, because Maria, we sometimes touch one and they touch others, and before you know it, hundreds, thousands, millions even are receiving this information. So I believe what you're saying. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And definitely we have to change the voice, right? Because I
Yeah.
love what you were saying about
The inner voice, yeah.
the high school kids. We must change that voice that they're listening to and that people are listening to if it's negative. So, I'm a firm believer about manifesting what you want. And if you're going to go down that road, poor me, or down the negative path, you're not going to manifest anything that's positive in your life whatsoever. So you have to be uplifting And sometimes you need someone to help you along the way. And so I like what you're doing. I like the idea that the vision board, you can get up in the morning, you can have a look at it, you can jumpstart and be positive right off the bat because you know what you want, you know what you're going for, and so you can see it. And when you start believing it, it will happen, right?
And I also think it's wonderful that you even told us this high school story, because I feel like that is so key too. That if we can get people to understand this at a young age, of course, our ages too is important. I don't mean that, but can you imagine not having to unlearn what we learned with the negativity and relearn with the positivity? But if we could start at a younger age, most of the time, you really truly do make a difference in this world so much quicker. Because I know with me, when I was a single mom in my early 20s, I was introduced to Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. And I taught my son that. And, you know, that kid, he thinks there's nothing he can't do. And right now, he has over 90 employees. He has 3 businesses. He lives on the water, and the dream house that he always wanted. He used to tell his friends when he was young that I'm going to live there one day, and he does, on an island. And so, I mean, I could just go on, but I just mean what you did, Maria, with those younger girls, and I hope you continue to go after younger people, because I really think that is huge. When we can teach them from a young age, there's not no stopping them because they don't even think they can't. But
Right.
that was sad when you also said that many of them have and encourage and coach each other to be negative.
Mhm.
It's interesting. It
Yeah.
would it would have been lovely if they were coaching each other to be self-affirming and sharing how wonderful they are. But you know, it's a habit, and I wanna just share something. I do believe that everybody is in their perfect space, and there's a divine timing here. And I don't go about it with the thought that anybody needs to be fixed, by the way. We are just all evolving. So know that we're all evolving, and perhaps these students didn't have an opportunity to really know how or what it means or what it feels like to be self-affirming. So it's an opportunity for all of us to bring that to the light. And in the visioning process, uh, I want to share with you that I'm not just doing a vision board party. It's a specific process of visioning. And many of you may have heard it in the Science of the Mind or wherever you may have heard it. It's a little bit different than a vision board party or process. And in visioning, actually last night, we have a class that we're doing, and I had about 15 students, and we collectively visioned something together. And this morning when I woke up, it was a phrase that we said, and a phrase and what we were wanting to see in the world. Instead of saying, I want to see peace, we came up with this phrase and this image. The first thing that I looked at confirmed what we did last night. It was so beautiful. So it is a meditative process that we walk through either together or individually. Someone can do it individually. Absolutely. It's nice to have this visioning process when there's a group of people, whether it's for an organization or a board. I've done it with several boards actually, and it works beautifully. But the process includes knowing what it looks like, what it feels like, your senses, how do you feel in the process, what it sounds like. Now, there's always a sound frequency in every thought. You may not be able to hear it precisely, but there's a vibration. Anything that vibrates will have a frequency to it. Maybe a lower frequency. So it involves all of your senses, but in the meditation process, we allow you to go to this deep heart space and totally feel this connection to whether you believe in God, Jesus, Buddha. It's okay. You feel that connection to your source and be in that space and wait in the process. You're not actually saying, this is what I want to manifest. You're actually waiting for something to be presented to you. Oh, yeah. It's presented to you, and you'll get an image or a color or a sound. That's what you're looking for, but you stay waiting. Now, it's when you're doing this vision board, let's just say I want a new house, that the universe, God knows your desires. Okay. So that's it. Your desires are always known. So, that's a key, that whatever it is that you're desiring is already there. So we're not manifesting. This may be something very different. It's not about creating or manifesting. It's about realizing this beautiful image or whatever it is that you're wanting to experience. So it's the key is we are realizing it's already there. And the vision board process, I brought a couple to show you what they look like for those of you. I don't know if this is going to see. Can you see that? I don't know.
Yes.
This one was done with printing photographs from the computer. So these are all computer photographs, okay? And the other one is done with cutting magazine pictures out, and I added a little, here we go, glitter on it, okay? Now, what's different than most people is the back of my board, and I know you can probably see that, okay? There's a little prayer of gratitude on the back of it, and in the process, I teach everyone, when you're in that state of peace, that's when you want to write a gratitude prayer. Not when you're looking for it and wondering where the heck is it. When you are meditating, when you're walking, dancing, when you're feeling wonderful, that's when you want to write this gratitude note. I make them very small, but you don't have to make it small. You can write it on the back. Nobody else sees it. But
Yeah, like I write so big. I always take notes and I take up lots of paper. But yes.
So no one else sees it but you, and you did it at a time when you were feeling bliss. That's when you do that. And that's the key. The key is to bring yourself to a place of complete acceptance, allowing, and bliss. Most of us may say that's meditation, but I have news for you. You can meditate while you're gardening, while you're doing movement. You can be in that state of bliss. And that's when you're open and receptive to receiving not only the answers, but whatever it is that your heart is desiring.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
And
love that.
I'm really glad you explained that, because I think a lot of people don't realize it's not just cutting out magazine, pictures. There's more to it. So,
Yeah. There is, we try to make these events very joyful. Usually there's lunch or dinner or a charcuterie board and wine if it's dinner time, because that's what a lot of people are expecting. But I walk everyone through this amazing process, and the process involves a meditation. But Joe, if you've been with me, I do a standing meditation because I don't want people to fall asleep. People say I can bring them so deep. So we stand up and do this meditation together, which is beautiful. It's absolutely, that is a recording that comes with the book. Absolutely beautiful. And so that's the key is, now here's the thing I wanted to ask both of you. What if somebody doesn't know what they want?
yes, I think after the break, we should really get into that, because I think that's huge. Because if we don't understand what we want, how will we get what we want? So, Cece, what do you think? Maybe we should take a break
Yeah,
and
I agree with that. And I think that's a very important question, because often that is the case. And then we wonder why we don't get things, is because we're not really clear on exactly what it is that we want. So yeah, I think that's very good. Thank you so much. The information you've given us so far is just terrific. And I think it would definitely change lives in a more positive way. So you all, we are listening to Link to Expert, Goodreads Authors Corner. I am Cece Schatz. I have my good friend Joanne Weiland with me. You're on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. This is the newsstreamingnetwork.com, home of Going Bold. So we hope that you'll check out our website on goingboldmedia.com and all that we have to offer. We have our wonderful guests here today, and we're talking about vision boards, but also her books, and everything that she does is so inspiring. So you most certainly want to be able to check her out. I want to share with you her email and website before we go on to our break. And it's Marya, it's Marya at Marya, Marya, and her last name is spelled Flurnoy.com. And her website is her name, Marya, and it's Fleur.
Flurnoy. It's okay. It's good. It's Flurnoy.
Yeah. So just remember, it's MaryaFlurnoy.com. So we've got it all over our information. All you
She's
got
going to have a special offer on the second half of the show,
we
too.
do have a special offer, and you guys don't want to miss this out, because this is, I mean, so reasonable. It's just funny. But we're also going to have a presentation that will show you. So we've got a lot in store, so you don't want to miss out on it. We want to thank you for listening to us. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, news streaming network.com. We are the home of Going Bold Media, so check out all of our information there. This is the Link to Expert Goodreads Authors Corner with Joanne Weiland, my good friend. I am Cece. We have our wonderful guest here today, Marya. We're talking about realizing your vision board and, you know, the positive, upbeat information. I think that we had the first part of the show. If you missed it, you must go back and listen to it, because it's life-changing. You know, what we put in, that voice that we hear, what we put into our well, what we put into our bodies, our minds, our souls, it has to be positive. It has to be able to, if you want to be able to, and I use the word manifest, and it's probably a broad term, but if you want to have what you truly want in your life, it's there for you. Like Marya said, it's already there for you. What it is that you want and what you feel that is for you has already been determined. And so it's up to you to put that positive spin on it, that positive way of thinking, and envision that for yourself and meditate and make that happen. But what if, and we talked about this at the very end of the show, what if you don't know what the heck it is that you want? What if you're at a point in your life where things are shifting, things are happening, and you're saying to yourself, I don't even know what I want right now. So what do we do about that, Marya?
Well, that's a good question. I highly recommend that.
Put you in the hot seat.
In that state, yes, I highly recommend that. This is fun. I'm sorry. The two of you, I smile. I just feel so good being here. If you are really in a position where you have no clue what you want, it could be one or two things. It could be that everything in your life is amazing. And I feel that way myself. Like I don't want for too much. Like I'm just in a happy space. Or B, you could be going through a soul evolution or a learning place in your life. And the key is to accept yourself. Allow yourself to be very okay with that space of not knowing. Because if you resist it, you'll get more not knowing. So anything that you're resisting, you think you're pushing it away, but you're actually bringing it back to you energetically. And in the quantum field, that goes on all the time. So the key is wherever you're at, just be in a total place of accepting yourself, knowing you're doing the best you can. And believe me, when you are in acceptance, what you are desiring will be revealed to you very quickly. If you can completely accept your being, this is where I'm at, you'll start noticing shifts and changes in your life. I hope that was a good answer for that question, because I know it's broad, but you may not know what you want in a relationship or for work. So there's a lot of, but just be accepting of yourself, allowing yourself to accept.
I think that is great advice, because I don't think it's a negative, like you were saying. It's not necessarily a negative, because maybe you have a great deal that you've accomplished in your life, and whatever that you've experienced, that you're happy. And or like you said, if you're in the moment of transition, things happening for you, and that to me is like an awesome situation to be in, because really the world is your oyster, so to speak, right? It's, the doors can open any way you want them to open. But I love what you say about, you truly have to be into yourself, be thankful for all that's around you, and everything that's within you, so that you can open those doors, and it's greatness, and to believe that greatness is all about you, all around you, all about you, everything that's in your universe. It's wonderful things are going to happen, because wonderful things will. I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes we may not know what wonderful is, Cece. We may not know. And to be open to wanting to know more. And here's another thing. If you're doing a vision board party, and a group of you doing it, and you have the book, the charts, the meditation, you have it all, because there's charts as well. It's okay for you to have fun with this. So exercises that I tell everyone is, play some music that you love. If it's down, if jazz, whatever it is, get some music going, moving your body, because the frequency of the sound, if it's something that you love, so it doesn't matter if the sound is a high frequency and if the high is good, but if it's what you love and it's resonating within you, that synchronicity starts flowing with your very own vibration. So that is huge, to play music, have fun with it. The steps are, can I go over the steps, Cece and Joanne?
Yeah, be great. Thank you.
That would be great.
My process is, the first step is write your intention down. Okay. Now understand that your intention plus the frequency, right? In the physical and the non-physical. So physical is the physical sense of our earthly world. It means cars, jobs, houses. And the non-physical is desiring to feel happy all the time, or desiring to feel spiritual, connected, peaceful. So when you take the intention plus the frequency of the intention, so your very intention comes with a frequency, and look at the physical and the non-physical, because believe me, both of them are one and the same thing. And that's another show, but they both operate as the same thing. It's just a different plane, a different level of consciousness. And you allow yourself to be in a state of neutrality, where everything feels congruent, okay? Body, mind, and spirit. So then you apply that to what you're cutting out in the magazine. You apply that energy. So I'm teaching energy here. So you that joy that you're going to feel. I want a new house, so I can have my 10 children. No, I don't have 10 children, but I'm just saying, for instance, I want a new house so I can have all these bedrooms for my children, and a beautiful yard, a swimming pool. oh my gosh, what that's going to feel like in the summertime when we're all playing and having barbecues and inviting neighbors. Get into that sense. When you're in that sense of it, then you have raised your frequency. Not you've raised your frequency to joy or peace or love. That scale of consciousness that I talk about. David Hawkins, the doctor and researcher. For those of you who don't know, David Hawkins has passed to another plane, but he's written many books, and he was well known for his scale of consciousness, where he figured out how to calibrate the frequency of your emotions. So you have love and joy and accepting. And then below the lower emotions are, guess what? It's where it's not a bad thing. It's just that if that's where you're vibrating, you're going to get more of it.
Right.
You're going to get more of it because you're going to get either wherever you're at. So that's how it works. So it's about creating this habit of being in joy and being happy and being loving, accepting, non-judgmental. When somebody does something that's not pleasing to you or that's even hurtful, what do we usually do? We usually resist. We want to defend. But listen, all we have to do is go within and become accepting. So we accept other people. They are showing you who they are. That's all. Don't own that energy, because if it's not coming from you, don't own it. Just be in that loving space. That's sometimes very difficult to do, but it's a practice. And I know without a doubt that it is a practice that if you practice it, it serves your highest good very well, to be in that state of forgiving, of accepting. I don't know why I changed the subject, but I know it was going into a flow. Cece and Joanne, I'm sorry about that. Just getting
No, it's part of it. It really is part of the vision boarding. So I think it's great.
It's about being your more. And I know I was saying be your more in 2024 because this is the old book and you have the picture of the new book. So it's twice as big as that, the workbook. But so much came to me it was last November. So there was all this stuff going on in the world. And some of it wasn't so pretty. And then within me, there was all this good stuff coming out of me. I'm just writing. And I like to write with my penmanship, with a pen and paper, sometimes on the computer, but mostly I'm writing. It just flows out of me. Yeah, there you go. It flows out of me. So I got excited because I want to really share with all of you that these coming years are going to be very important for all of us. And there's going to be insights that we will all be receiving, because there's been a shift in the energy, and it's time for us to receive, our own truths, for our souls to evolve. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is there may be chaos and not so pretty things out there, right? It's in the morphic field. But if you can stay contained in your heart space, whatever that feels like to you, and whatever habit you create, like if it's walking, meditating, praying, writing, sewing, whatever it is that brings you to this peaceful state, and you own that, you'll be fine. That's why I say my bubble's just always usually perfect for me. It's for my bubble and my husband. I have him there too. But because the morphic field is just holding this energy of all that not so pretty stuff, and it can stick on us energetically. And guess what happens when that happens? We get reactive.
Right.
So being in a higher plane is being in the fifth. I call it the fifth dimension. And if you've read any of my books or taken my classes, it's that space where you just know what you know. You're accepting, you're unconditionally accepting and allowing. When you're on the third D dimension, that's the earthly plane. That has duality and it has room for reaction. The fourth dimension is where most people on the planet are, and that is the middle dimension, which means you understand that you can choose. You can choose to raise your vibration or your thoughts, or you go back to complaining and whatever it is that we do, that duality state, having an opinion. So when you're doing your vision board, here's the thing. Always remember that you are your own guru. Allow it to flow out of you. Like, if the red car keeps popping up in the magazines, but you want the blue car, just be open to consider that maybe the red car is best for you. Just be open. It may not be, but if you're open, you're not resistant. If you say, I'm open to whatever comes my, if this is what it is. So the final note on the vision board is you always say this or something better for my highest good and all involved. Please try to remember that, because when I was very young, I did vision boards and I got everything. And sometimes it wasn't for my highest good. I may have thought it was in your 20s. I think it is. So remember to always say that, because you have authority over your words, your thoughts, your feelings. You have authority. We are not taught that, but you have authority over everything.
Can you repeat that for everyone, Maria? This or something? How did you say it? This or something better?
This or something better for my highest good and everyone involved.
Okay.
It's something that I tend to bless everything with.
This or something better for my highest good and everyone involved.
For their highest good, yes.
For their highest good.
Their highest good.
Thank you.
I mean, this is powerful. This is extremely powerful. I wanted to just share with you quickly. It's like I often say that God will open a door for me, but I have to climb through the window. I've got to make it harder on myself, right? And so I do feel like often in my life, I've always said better things are going to happen to me. Just hang on, and put that out there that that something is good there. I may not see it here now, but I will eventually see it or feel it. And I know, like, just doing this show, right? I was offered, I was on somebody else's show as a guest, and I was offered a show of my own. And I remember then that day thinking, are they crazy? I mean, I thought they are totally nuts, but then I went home and I started thinking, well, if they think so, who am I? Why shouldn't I believe in myself? So I, got up the nerve and I did my show myself, and the first show, and with assistance, of course. And now here we are. We've got the whole network.
And that was 12 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I doubted it then. And I'm thinking I remember saying to myself, well, why should I, why should I think that I can't do it? What the heck? They think I can do it. Fake it till you make it. So I just
you know what? I have to tell you, Cece, you didn't just fake it till you made it.
No, I
power within you that was ready to do it, and you just needed that little nudge. There was something within you, and it may have been subconscious. Who knows where it came from? But so when you say fake it till you make it, you are actually being your true self. Because I believe that book that I've been still writing is just Be It Now, and I believe that we are all these amazing, magnificent beings that have so much wanting to come out. We're just wanting to share it, because that's what we're here for, to share our love, share our joy, our talents. Your show is amazing. And look at all the people that you are touching, that are being educated, the subjects that you both carry. It's just from the range is huge. You just can decide what you want.
And this is only a couple of her shows. I mean, how many do you have now, Cece? I mean,
a lot. But
so many subjects.
When I was young, my mother would say, I don't know what you're going to do for a living, because you've got the gift for gab. Because I would get in trouble from school, because I talked too much. But I'm just friendly. And so that's what I used to say to my mom. I'm just friendly, Mom. I mean, you told me to be friendly, not that friendly. But it's true. I mean, I think that we each have something within us, and we stifle it ourselves. And so what we have to do is believe in ourselves so that we can expand out to that. And like we said, raise that energy, that vibration. Definitely.
And unfortunately, we're going to have to close soon. So, Maria, would you just describe your special offer for everyone?
Oh, let me put it up for us. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Time just flies when you're having fun.
Well, here we go. So the special offer is $12.99. You receive the workbook and you receive the chart. So if you are a coach or a teacher, hopefully a high school teacher, then you'll have all of these charts to download, and you'll also get 2 posters and the recordings, a recording of the class session and a recording of the meditations. So that is, and that book, you can actually, no, it will be it's published. I'm sorry, it would be a paperback workbook is what you'll get. It's not an ebook on this one. It's $12.99, and all you have to do is just email me, and then you'll get a link to it. You'll get a link to where everything is, so you can download it. And my hopes are, and this special runs for I think a month or two. I'm not sure what my assistant put down there, but it's on there. It's a limited time, but what my hopes are, certainly in January, that more and more of us will be open to learning something different. If it's not going the way we want, and you've heard this word vision board all over the place, and you haven't done it, which I thought everybody has done a vision board, right? But my last one that I did, there were like 3 ladies that never even heard of it. So if you spot this anywhere and it's something that you're interested in, I know it's a great deal, but my hopes are is that you will be sharing it with your students, your coaching clients, your family, your friends, because I think that the more love and peace that we can put out there, the world is going, that bubble that I said is so pleasant just keeps expanding for all of us.
And this is $12.99. I just wanted everybody to know it's not 1,299. So,
No,
and then
that's
where would they purchase it? Cece, I think you have also where they can go to on Maria's website to purchase it.
yes. I know that you can get it on Blurb. I know Blurb will have it. Amazon, I'm still waiting for them. And my website, of course, you can get it on my website. There you go.
Well, I will tell you that I am babysitting a dog. Okay, someone's dog. They jumped up on the table here. They got really excited, started looking at it and licking my hand and everything. So I think we have something here, definitely. So
The dogs understood the
the
frequency.
dog understood it. And so I think that
I love it.
understands that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. And I think that it's very, very important because we need things like this to be able to, like you've often hear me say, I say it all the time, fill your well, read, meet people, be positive, have that positive energy. This is one of the opportunity that you can actually purchase something very inexpensive that can last you a lifetime, because you can keep on using this information over and over and over again.
And
You can
change
keep
your life.
making, yeah, you can make a poster and have it, because our lives keeps changing and evolving. And so you could make your vision board for one period of time, and then you could make another one as your life is shifting and changing, and those things are happening to you. So I think it's a great investment. And so most certainly, so you can go on Maria's site, which is MaryFlurnoy.com. And we will also put it up. And I think you can get is your book here like $59, you're saying?
The
59.
whole package, this whole package is $59.
Okay, so the whole package is $59. You get the book and the kit, and you can even buy it on Amazon if you want to, or go to her website and buy it.
So
Um,
I'm
but
sorry,
we have a
I
special.
want to correct you. It's $12.99 for your viewers. It's normally $59. I just want to correct you.
Whoa. So you guys, I thought it was $59. So you guys really have a good deal here. So $12.99, 59 value. Okay. That's what the originally it sells for, is 59. So for a limited time, all you have to do is go in and purchase this on the contact Maria. You contact us. We'll redirect you to where you need to go. But definitely. And I think you've got a website here. It says hello.empowered.one@gmail.com.
That's it. It's another email that you can email me at. A
Yeah,
lot of
so
people email me that way.
yeah, so you can use that hello.empowered, which we all want to be, is empowered.one@gmail.com. If you want this package, act now. Make sure that you do it as soon as you hear this show. And I know you're going to be hearing it at different times, so we hope that you'll catch it in the right time. But reach out to us, reach out to Maria if you want it. We'll make sure that we try to make it happen for you. But it's a $59 value for $12.99. It's an exceptional offer, one that can definitely change your life, because a vision board is truly impactful. I mean, it really truly can help you. So we want to thank you, Maria, so much for being on the show. We just love having you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Marya.
Yeah, we do have a couple comments here. She's
Okay.
saying, oh, this is you. You're saying here. Okay. And then we have this one. Awesome conversation and talk. Thank you for this opportunity. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for listening to us. We love your comments. So always feel free to comment on us, even be during the show and after the show. We love your comments. We read them. So definitely. You guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. This is the Author's Corner on Link to Experts, and we hope that you enjoyed this show here today. Go to our website, newstreamingnetwork.com, the home of goingboldmedia.com. So go check us out and make sure that you follow us here. Like, subscribe, do all those things that you do, because we love you and we want to thank you so much. We want you guys to be with us each and every time on the show. So thank you, Maria. We appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Marya. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.